Welcome to the Army Empire Podcast, your go-to podcast for insightful tips on investment strategies, entrepreneurship, and all things money matters. Join Bernard Alerte, your guide on this journey to financial freedom. Each episode will dive into expert advice, practical strategies, and inspiring stories to help you take control of your financial future. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned investor, we've got something for everyone. So get ready to unlock your financial potential and make your money work for you. And now, let's welcome your host, Bernard Alerte.
And we're back.
Hi, how you doing? Good evening.
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Coach?
Doing it very excited to be here. It was a great show last week. The ladies took over, right? But
Yes.
I get my seat back. That's good.
Yes. The host has returned and he gets his seat back. The ladies did an amazing job.
They did.
Phenomenal information.
Probably the best show. Probably was the best. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm sure we're gonna need some more of those shows just like that because that was amazing. So I want to welcome everybody really quickly before we get started. I see some folks already jumping on. Hello, welcome. Thank you for watching us, whether you're watching live or you're catching the replay throughout the week. We are live on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. On all the things you can find us. You can come back and watch one of your favorite episodes. And as always, you can reach our coach, Mr. Bernard Alerte, at his email address, which is scrolling below, if you ever have any questions that have to do with your finances. So today, what are we going to dive into?
We're going to talk about exciting topic. It's crazy. It's like a replay. We did this part of this episode a couple weeks ago, 3 episodes back. Why now is the best time to invest, and why now is always a great time to invest. And part 2 is kind of replaying, but from a different perspective, current day perspective. They'll be like, oh my gosh, it must be the worst time. It's actually the best time. And we're gonna clarify. We're gonna actually use current day scenarios so people can actually understand what's happening, because there's a lot of misconceptions happening out there. So we want people to really get the right information, because making the wrong moves can hurt your finances, and that's what we see.
Okay, wait. See, that's already one thing I have to write down. Making the wrong moves
can definitely hurt your finances big time.
Hurt your finances. Now, don't forget to grab your paper and pen, because we are going to be jotting down some important information, especially if it's something that it's for you. Because when it's for me, that was for me. All right. So don't forget to comment. Let us know that you're watching. Hello there. I see a PhD here.
Yes, Dr. Dion. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Dion, for being on with us this evening. All right, Coach. What you got for us?
All right. Let's look. First of all, we want to talk about. There's a lot of words about tariffs. What are tariffs? Explain what tariffs are. And in simple terms, here's what happens. Let's say we're trading. Let's say country A. Let's say United States is trading. Is also selling goods to different countries. Let's say the United States selling goods to, let's say, Japan, for example, right? So what happened? Japan, what they actually do, they charge the United States a certain amount of money to get their goods sold in Japan. So what that does, that makes our goods a little bit more expensive in Japan, for example, right? And what Japan is also selling goods to United States. But what United States charges Japan is different. In other words, so because of that, and we also buy goods from Japan also. So what happens? We have more money leaving the United States toward Japan than the other way around sometimes, right? So it creates an somewhat imbalance, in other words, right?
Okay.
So what's happening is the plays, like the president calls, he wants to put it back in balance, in other words, right? So he wants to, okay, we have to have different. How come you're charging us more, then we're charging you, more money's going in. We want to have the ideal situation, have the same amount of trade coming in and out. That makes it equal, right?
Yeah.
But what happens is whenever whenever you're charging people, what happens with people? Let's say if you get a bill, they charge you more than you should. Guess what happens to you? You kind of, oh my gosh, so unfair, and it creates, it ruffles it. Says, oh my gosh, what's happening? We're gonna get less money and things like this. So it creates a lot of challenges. So because of, there's a lot of uncertainty happening because of that scenario, right? But one thing I want to go over, if you look at the first slide, right, what's happening out there is, this is part of the most important thing. Invest with your head, not the headlines. And we're going to talk about, if you listen to the news, I mean, the past 2, 3, 4, 5 days, past 5 days, if you turn on your phone, your device, and you listen to the news, you would swear there's Armageddon happening right now. You feel, oh my gosh, the world's falling apart. I mean, this thing is just, it's terrible. Get your money out. Oh, you got it. That's it. I mean, you hear so many different things, and that's not a good situation. What happened? People are making bad moves. People making decisions. Basically, listen. Let's call it what it is. The press, right? The press makes, they want to attract attention. The more they make something so bad, it makes it worse. And what happens is some of us, sometimes we're listening to our friends, what happened with the headlines, they'll make the wrong decision. What's happening is always happened. There have been plenty of reasons not to invest in the market, especially right now. I say, well, this is a bad time to invest right now. But for the long-term investors, okay, the results have been positive over time. The market has always done well over a long period of time, okay? So, for example, this is all the facts. You may not be, it might be kind of small, but this is all these different things, incidents that happen over that period of time. And the market still average about 10% rate return since 1983 to 2023 or so, right? Since the past year. So those numbers have not changed. So if you're here for the long-term investor, guess what happens, right? Don't worry so much about that. We're gonna talk a lot how it's gonna benefit you, especially how do we take advantage of these times? In other words, right? See, not taking advantage of what's happening, right? So if you look at the next slide, right? This is a cycle of market emotion. This is what and this is exactly, and it's great what's happening. What I talked about 3-4 weeks, exactly what's happening now, right? You go to optimism, right? If you think last 50 years, the optimism where you're excited. I think past couple of years, the market last year did over 20-25%. There's thrill, there's euphoria, right? So right now, if you look at the orange part, it's the point of maximum financial risk. See, it's riskier when a market's higher than anything else. That's when it's risky. This is when, because anything can go down. See, what happens to most people, they wait for the market to go up at the highest. Man, I want to invest in the market. I want to invest, right? And guess what happens, right? And automatically, then it starts going down like anxiety, denial, fear. So right now, we're at the stage where like between denial and fear, anxiety. We're at anxiety and denial. It's like, oh my gosh, right? And fear. This is where the stage we are right now, right? Then some people are at a point of desperation, right? And panic, right? And then goes to pessimism, right? But guess what happens? If you look at the pessimism, this is the maximum financial opportunity. This is the best time. This is where the wealth is created in the United States, where, see, at that point where everyone's panicking, right? Then guess what? You go to the same, then it goes back to the cycle again. It's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that way. One thing I always have learned over the years, being 27 years in the industry, I tell people all the time, listen, I can guarantee you two things. One thing, the market is going to go up and the market is going to go down.
Yes.
I can 100% guarantee you it's going to go up, it's going to go down. When it goes up, when it goes down, that I can't predict. I can't tell you, right?
Right, but it will always do this.
It'll always do this, always do this no matter what, okay? So now, with us as investors, or whether you're investing $25 a month, $50, $100 a month, or you have couple $100,000 invested, where do we take now? How do we make it work for us? Okay, because it's market working for people, but how do we make it work for us? How do we stay in to make sure we take advantage of those fluctuations of the market, right? And let's talk about it real quick, right? The next slide. See, bad news is an investor's best friend. Bad news is investor's best friend. Yes, Warren Buffett, right? It lets you buy a slice of the American future at the
Yeah,
market.
so we need to change our mindset
Mhm. Yes,
when it comes
absolutely.
to that, because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, what do you mean? What do you
Bad,
mean?
exactly. Because think about it. We want everything. Everything we have. It's the craziest thing, Liz, right? Us, we want to buy everything on sale. We
Mhm.
want to buy, man, we want to buy a house on sale. We want to buy pocketbooks on sale, shoes on sale. We want to buy everything. We're always looking for sales, always looking for coupons, always looking for sales. It's the craziest thing. The market is the only thing that we don't want to buy on sale.
Okay, when you put it like that, that's different. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Right now, we want everything. We want to buy everything, you name it. We want to get on sale, but when a market's on sale, oh no, I don't want. I definitely don't want to buy it. I want to buy when that's the highest. That's what I really want. But that doesn't make any sense, right? But if you think about it, this is what happens to most people right now. It's like a lot of people pulling money out. I'm fortunate enough. I can tell you, I had one client call me out of hundreds of clients we have. I probably 1,000 clients we had call me because why? We make sure that we teach our clients basic financial concepts, right? No matter what's happening, right? So that's one thing is important. So now I was like, oh my gosh, Bernard, but I've seen my portfolio go down. I look at my statement and the account's gone down. No, that we call that paper loss.
Okay.
That's a paper loss. That's not actual loss. The only way you lose money is when you sell.
Right.
Only way you lose money if you move the money out. That's the only time you lose money. It's like if you have your house, for example. If you have your house, you live in your home, and you plan on living in your home for next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. If let's say your house gets appraised, you bought your house at 300,000, for example, and you see your house. Oh my God, your house is actually appraised at 250. Do you
Yeah.
go and say, "Oh my gosh, I got the worst house ever. I need to sell it right now"? No.
Mhm.
You live in the house. Why would you sell it? You live in the house. You don't plan on moving. If
Yeah.
your goal is not to move, then you stay in your house. Guess what's happened? Then the house is gonna go back up. And whenever you're ready to sell, whenever that's your goal, ready to sell, then you want to move or go different. Then you sell the house at that point in time.
Yeah, that is really a good analogy, buying when the market's on sale because it benefits us. I love
Absolutely,
that. So good.
absolutely. So the mindset we have to have. Oh my gosh, the market went down. Instead of panicking, maybe I can buy more shares. Maybe I can buy more shares. Maybe I can. Oh, what can I do to buy more shares? Because I'm getting them what on sale right
On
now.
sale.
I'm getting on sale right now. So that's the best bet.
Wow.
That's the best way to look at it.
Wow, guys, that's exactly the way we need to look at it. And you did tell us a couple episodes ago that we need to hold and
Yeah.
stay. Don't retreat. Don't cop out. Don't pull
Exactly.
out. Stay, just
Exactly.
stay, hold. It's kind of like get through the contraction and then keep going for the ladies who are watching.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But something's good gonna come out of it.
Something
And
good is on the way.
And it's scary. I understand it's scary 100% because sometimes you hear the news, you hear the panicking, you hear, oh, this person, and sometimes you might even look at your statement online and you see maybe the value's gone down a bit. But just the key is to stay the course. The main thing, which I'm going to emphasize again as we go over this, listen, if your goals have not changed,
Mm-hmm.
then don't make a change.
Mm.
If your goals have not changed, let's say if you were going to retire 10, 15, 20 years down the line, if that has not changed, then don't do anything, right? In other words, right? So, but we're going to talk different scenarios where people maybe that are in the accumulation phase of their life, or people that are in a position where now they're older, they're not
Mhm.
investing anymore, but they're taking money out for their retirement. They're concerned, which is a big. And we're going to talk ways that you can actually alleviate that stress. Okay.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
if you look at the next slide, right, this is what happened out of end of a bear market, right? So guess what? This is 1 year return. This is now you might say we're kind of in a bear market right now, right? We talk about the bull market is when the prices are going up. Bear market is when what is going down a bit, right? So we're in a bear market. And look what happened. The 1 year returns after the past couple bear markets for the past 20 years, right? Look at the returns. Look at the returns right afterwards, right? after 2001, right? Except there was 1 year, 2001 went down 11%, but 5 year it was up 49%.
Yeah.
After that bear market, right? 2002 up 5 year 121%, right?
Mhm.
2008. This is what happens when, let's say, people take their money out and they move it. I need to move it to cash. They move it to something more like conservative. This is what happens. You lose that. So not only that when, let's say, when the share price goes down, let's say it goes down, then you move the money. You can't. How are you gonna get back? You're not gonna get it back to where it needs to be if it's conservative.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna do that. So this is what you're missing out on, the returns. What happened afterwards, right? In other words, right? So, and if you look at this, if your financial goals haven't changed, so what are some of the concepts? And this is one thing I had some of my reps, some of my friends like ask me questions. Why do you tell a client, talk about the proven investment fundamentals, right?
Okay.
That don't change. Those fundamentals do not change no matter what. No matter what's happening, those fundamentals work where the market is going up or market is going down. Okay, either way, right? So what are some of the things that we call the 3 Ds of investing, right? Number one is dollar cost averaging, right? And dollar cost averaging, that means you're investing a fixed amount at regular intervals. Like, let's say you're investing money every month. You're investing $100, $200, $500 every single month, right? Or you have your 401k, for example, where they're taking money out of your paycheck every week or every 2 weeks, a percentage out. That means you're putting money on a regular basis. See, what happens is when the market, this is the best time. This is when you grow, because you're investing money every single month or every 2 weeks or every week. Guess what happens? See, when the share price go down, you're actually buying more shares.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually buying more shares. You're accumulating more shares, right? So that's dollar cost average. That principle works 100% of the time, especially if you're investing right now. This is the best time. If you are investing money on a monthly basis, this is the best time for you. This is the time you're praying for. Those are the moments right now where you're gonna get a chance to really pad your investment, have your money grow. This is an opportunity. If you're investing money on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, and if you're not doing that, this is the best time to get started.
This is it.
Start something on a month, because no matter what's happening, because now you're buying things at a discount. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's dollar cost average. Second thing is discipline. Stay focused. And vested throughout market activity. Right. So you can increase long-term potential, but we can't predict when it's gonna. Everyone's trying to time the market. It's not time. It's not timing. Everybody wants to time the market, right? What's the best time to invest? Like. No, the key is that you can't time the market. It's time in the market, not timing the market.
Ooh, wait, say that again. It's not timing.
It's not timing the market. It's time in the market.
In the market. So good.
This is what most people. This is what most people are doing right now. And I think I used this analogy before. I want you to picture this. You ever go, let's say you're on the highway and there's a little traffic happening and you're in the middle lane. All of a sudden you see this is what most people do with their money. Really, that's exactly what the mistake that they make, right? Here's what they do. They're in the middle lane and all of a sudden the middle lane is going kind of slow and they see the left lane moving. Oh, I'm going to move to the left lane. Then you move to the left lane, you move up a little bit further, right? Then all of a sudden left lane stops. Then
we do it all the time.
Middle lane move. Okay, and get the right.
Yes.
And by the time you look at it, the cars out next to you back there's the same is way ahead of you.
You should have stayed in the middle lane.
The car that stayed in the lane. The car that was in the lane with you, right? That was right behind you, right in front of you. That stayed. You see them they're way ahead of you, and you're still trying to go. This is what do with their money. This is exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I love that.
Big discipline, right? Exactly. And the third is diversification. Not putting eggs in one basket, right? Diversifying, spread out the risk in your portfolio. I mean, when you're investing in mutual funds, right? You're diversifying. You don't have just one. You have a lot. See, if you're investing money, if your money's in one stock right now, this is a challenge, right? Like this is what I always discourage people to put their money in one stock, right? Some like they might say, "Oh, I'm buying Tesla stock." Well, Tesla went down almost 50%. So if your money Has it been doing good? Yes. But if your money is invested only in Tesla stock, that's 40-50%, right? Like, your money went down. And it's crazy. There's a lot of mutual funds that have Tesla stock in it and a lot of stocks. And those funds have only maybe been down 15%. See the difference? Because of diversification.
Wow, those 3 Ds are so important.
Exactly.
And we have to stay the course, just like one of our viewers said, and it's literally #middle lane. Now, when I'm on the middle lane, I'm always going to remember, listen, stay there, stick it out.
Yes,
you're going to come out winning at the end. So
absolutely. Right. So if you look at, let's take a look at how these work. How does dollar cost averaging work? Right. Let's look at it. Now, we talked about it, right? So let's say this is two investors investing $100 a month every month, different markets, right? Now, the first investor is investing $100 in a rising market, right? Where the market's going up, right? And the second investor is investing $100 in a fluctuating market. Market that fluctuate. Now, if you look at hindsight, if you just looked at the graph, if you say, well, which example would you prefer? Most people will say invest in a rising market, right? Which is, you would see it, right? But which one is the best? I tell people, just be one of them. Just be one of them, right? It doesn't matter what it is. You're in a rising market, great, fluctuating market, right? Now, if you look at the next slide, let's show actual numbers, right? Now, investor one, investing, guess what happened? Investing $100 a month, right? And guess what happens? At $10 a share, you see the investor A, the shares going up $10, $12, $14, $16, $18. But if you look at the amount of share that's being purchased, right, is going down. Because if the share price goes up, if you're investing $100 a month, if the share price goes up, then you're buying less share. You're buying less shares for the same exact money you're investing, right? So you see how it goes up, right? Now, if you look at investor B in a fluctuating market, if you look at $10 a share, it starts out, then it goes down $7 a share. Guess what we did? See, this is what's happening right now. It goes from 10 right now. Some people are at 10, is going down to 7, and people are panicking. But the people that are dollar cost averaging, you're buying 14 shares for the same $100 you're investing because you stay in the course, right? It goes down to $4 a share. Oh my gosh, the world is going to come into an end, right? And you bought 25 shares, right? And if you look at $2 a share, oh my, that's it, it's done. Armageddon, we're done. 50, right? 50 shares. And it doesn't even have to go back to its original price. It goes at $6 a share. You bought 16 shares. How many shares have you accumulated? The first one accumulated 42 shares. If you look at the second investment, accumulate 126 shares. So if you look at it, the difference is a lot more money. See, number two, investor B is way ahead of the game. They invest the same amount of money. They have more shares accumulated. It's like if you're buying 2 luxury mansions versus buying 20 medium-sized houses, which is better?
Wow. Yeah.
That's the analogy. You want 2 big mansions, or you want to buy 20 different houses? Right? Because if you think about it, if 20 different houses go up 10-15% versus two major houses, if you look at the price for 2 houses, 2 luxury houses go up 10%, the percentage of growth between all of them, if you add them all up, will almost double.
Yeah.
In the process. So this is why we tell people, if nothing has changed, keep investing. So if you're investing money every single month, every single week, do not stop. As a matter of fact, they say you need to pray. Oh my gosh, I wanted to go down a little bit more. Unless you're retiring tomorrow, that's different. It's scary. But if you're not retiring tomorrow, you have another 5-year, 10-year, 15-year time frame, that it's a perfect time to invest money right now.
Wow.
Absolutely. So if you look at the next slide, right? What are mutual funds? Diversification. Mutual funds is, guess what? Individual investors are investing in a fund professionally money managed. What are they? So there's a lot of companies put together. See, a typical mutual fund holds on about 150 stocks on average. So they average themselves out. And you have a mutual fund manager, their goal is to make sure, like right now, mutual fund managers are paying attention to what's happening, and they're divesting money for, okay, this let's say this stock, this company has maybe 7% mutual fund. So guess what? It's not doing good. Let's move from 7 to 5, move it to another stock that's performing. So they're working behind the scenes to make sure that the portfolio does good. So the good thing about mutual fund, you diversify. You have a lot of companies, 100, 150 companies put together. So it gives you that diversification. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Right. No matter what's happening. So, and you have an ability to buy to top companies out there, right? Some companies, some mutual funds who are Amazon, like everybody thinks, man, I want to have Amazon stock. I want to have Nvidia stock. I want to have these different, right? But the best part about that, guess what happens? You can get a mutual fund that has all these companies put together. And on top of that, you don't have to worry about the mutual fund manager, professional money managers. Their job is to make sure they manage the money no matter what. So whether you're investing, your money is professional managed, whether someone has millions of dollars in a mutual fund or you have $300 in a mutual fund, is managed the same way.
Yes, it's managed the same way.
Exactly. So this is why mutual funds are one of the best investment, long-term investing for middle America that want to accumulate wealth long-term. Right? Okay. So if you look at the next slide, this is a tale of 5 investors. This is what can happen.
Yeah,
this is why making a wrong choice can be very, very bad, right? This is a tale of 5 investors with the potential benefits investing long-term. 5 investors, they invested $10,000 in the market in September 2008, which was when, if you know what happened after that, right? And kept their investment to the market crash in February 2009. By the end of March, right, each investor was left with $5,800 because it went down, $5,800. And this looks at 5 different scenarios, what most people react to. Look at investor 1, right? Investor 1 sold the investment, put the money on the mattress. They said, that's it. They heard their friend from the water fountain, their coworker, or their cousin. That's like that's a professional with they're not, right? That's somewhat right. And like, oh man, I heard this is happening. Yeah, get out, right? And guess what they did? They listened to them. They listened to the news. They guess what? They went off a Facebook ad, whatever. They heard something, right? Guess what they said? That's it. Cash. Put the money in the mattress. They put the money on their mattress, right? Guess what happened? If you fast forward in 2023, guess how much they had? $5,800. Right? $1,500. Investor 2 says, you know what? They sold the investment, right? Where most people would do, they sold the investment. And guess what happened? And they put that money in the money market fund or the savings account. I'm secure in the bank. I want to be secure, safe. So I'm putting my money in the bank. So that $5,800, guess what happened? Turns into a whopping $6,500.
Yeah.
Right? And that's a 14-year time frame from 2009 to 2023, right? The third investor say, you know what? They kept the investor. You know what? I'm here for the long term. I'm not retiring tomorrow. I know the market. I'm going to keep my money there, right? Guess what happened? That $5,800, right, turned into what? $50,000. Because they stayed invested. They did not make any move. They stayed invested. So they would have $50,000. See, let me tell you, for most people in the United States, most people, right? Guess what happened? If you don't have someone to guide you, if you have the wrong advice, guess what happens? Most people fall under investor 1 and investor 2. That's what most people fall into. They either take that money, put it on the mattress, and put in a savings account. That's it. I don't want to deal with that anymore. Right? What investor 4? And guess what they did? They put the money in the money. They did put a money market. They felt comfortable doing that. And guess what? But they kept putting $583 a month. I'm gonna keep saving and investing money. Guess what they did? They would have grown to $120,000, which is not bad, right? If you look at how much they made, it's not that much, right? First is investor 5. Investor 5, guess what happened? They kept the money in the investment, right? But they kept investing $583 in the market every month.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what happened? 349,000. They invested. Look at investor 4 and 5. If you look at the small dot, right? They invested 109,000. Investor 4 invested 109,000, and the 109,000 turned to a whopping 120,000. Versus investor 5 invested 109,000. The 109,000 turned to 349,000.
Mm-hmm.
You see the difference? See, it's 5. See, how do you react when you hear the news right now? Makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference. So people, you have to make sure, and this is why we encourage you, keep investing. As a matter of fact, start investing more. If you have any, investing $100 a month, add some more money to the market. Just keep, and guess what's going to happen? It's going to go back up. Yes, we don't listen. Can we predict when is this going to go back to normal? We can't really predict that. We can't predict that. We can't tell. But one thing I can tell you, those 3 concepts: diversification, dollar cost averaging, and discipline. If you apply those principles, strategies always beat performance. If you have the right strategy, you're always going to win.
Mm-hmm.
When you have the right strategy, you're going to win. When you have the wrong strategy based on fear, that's when you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense? People,
yeah.
So what are some of the things? So if you look at what are some of the things I would recommend, what's happening right now? See, let me be clear at one point, right? I can't predict the short-term movements of the market. I haven't right? As to where the stocks, it will be higher or lower a month or a year from now.
We don't know.
Right? But what is likely, however, is that the market will move higher, perhaps substantially so well before either sentiment or the economy turns up.
Yeah.
So it's gonna turn out good. It's gonna turn out good as long as you stay invested for the long term. Now a lot of people are concerned right now. I understand 100%. Now there's different scenario. There's 2 kind of investors that we're working with. Number 1, if you're someone right now, if you're not retiring tomorrow, if you're not retiring tomorrow, or you're not in your retirement right now, right? Guess what happens? And you're not gonna retire for another 5 years, another 10 years, or 15 years, or 20 years, even more. Don't worry about a thing. Don't make a move. Don't listen to. Number 1, first of all, if you have any questions, speak to someone that's investment licensed, an investment advisor, someone that's a financial professional, right, that's gonna guide you.
Yes, you've told us that. Mm-hmm.
Speak to someone that's investment license, not someone that just has a life insurance license. Nothing wrong with that, but they need to have an investment license, at least some kind of investment license. You need to speak to someone that has it. It's like, why would you take advice for someone that's not a doctor or someone that's professional?
Correct.
So you don't want to do it. So take advice, right, for someone that's a financial professional. Number 1, if you have any questions, you have fear, call someone. And if you don't, just reach out to us and we'll guide you. We'll show you exactly what you need to do. Right.
So I have a question for you. How often should we, because my husband and I sat with you. Yeah. So how often should we be touching base with you? For example, if we now have an extra 100 or 200 that we want to start putting in because now's the time to.
Absolutely.
How often should we touch base with you?
Anytime. You should feel free. You should have, or whoever you're working with, you should have access to them all the time. Like I tell my clients, listen, call me anytime. You're never gonna bother me. Call me anytime. I'll call you as soon as I get a chance. I will definitely call you back if I want to reach out to you. But call me anytime. Any questions? I have a client call me. I have this credit card that I'm thinking of paying off. What do you think I should? And call me anytime. Call me. Make yourself. And you should have someone that you should free to call you all the time. And listen, I have clients that have a lot of money invested with me, and I have clients that maybe they're just starting out. It doesn't matter. I don't treat any of them differently.
Nice.
I don't treat a client that has put $25 investing $50 a month, right? Investing with me versus someone that might have $500,000. I don't treat them any differently. They're all the same because it's their money. It's your money. It may not be right. It may be a lot, not be a lot. Doesn't matter. It's your money. So it doesn't matter who you're talking to. Talk to someone. Ask questions, right?
Wonderful.
That's what you want to do. Speak to someone. Don't make any move. Do not listen to your friend. Do not listen to anyone. Do not listen to. Please speak to someone that's that can explain to you how everything works, that can look at your situation and give you the right advice. Okay, and guess what happened? You gotta be very, very careful right now. We've done a couple episodes on IULs. This is when a lot of they call me. See, the market went down. See, that's just why you need to buy IUL. They're gonna have you take all your money out of your 401k and put in that bad, terrible product, which is gonna cost you more, which you're gonna lose even more in the process. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Do not do that. Whatever you do not do that. Okay. I'd rather you take the money and put it on the mattress than take the money and actually invest in IUL product.
Yep.
Okay.
This episode, I think here Mel says it very clearly. What we learned here is that we need to stay in the line. We need to stay disciplined. And it's not, again, timing of the market, but time in the market. I think we're all going to run with that part right there. That was our gold nugget for today's episode.
Absolutely. And also, listen, if you're in the retirement age, right? If someone like you're retiring right now, you're concerned because you need income for retirement. It's scary. It's because you're seeing the portfolio go down. You should not be invested. There's so many different products out there that you can invest, and you should have some safeties. If you're in retirement age, you should have some product that have some kind of safety nets. Okay, that allow you, number one, that allow you to take advantage of the growth of the market, but also minimizes, for example, the risks, right? And also you need to have these products out there that maybe that have that you invested, you take advantage when the market goes up, but at the same time, there's some guaranteed income. So the income that you're getting is not going to be affected by the market. There's products out there that allow you can get some income coming in. So when the market goes up and go down, it's not, so the market goes down, it doesn't affect how much money you have coming in. There's guarantees to it. So this is where you should be when you're older. So look at the strategy. If you're invested, if you're in retirement age and your money is invested mostly in mutual fund investment, you need to speak to someone or send us a message, and we'll kind of guide you to make sure that protect. And sometimes, let's say if you have a 401k and you're close to retirement, there's something that you can do. You're concerned about the fluctuation. There's something you can have that you can actually do, some called in-service roll. It's different for everybody. It's called in-service rollover, where you can actually protect some of your retirement. Some 401k companies, if you're over 59.5 or 60, they allow you to take some of the portion of the 401k, roll that over into, let's say, an IRA, for example, and so you can have some protection if that's a concern. Okay. But everybody's situation is different. Speak to someone, a professional person. I can actually guide you and show you if that's a good fit for you or not.
And what is retirement age?
Retirement is I always tell people retirement is a number, not an age. Whatever number it is. Some people can retire at 50s, 59, 60. Some people can retire at 65. Some people may have to wait till 70, 72, some 75, depends. But I always tell people retirement is a number, not an age.
So good. So Absolutely. Good. Guys, this episode was amazing. Yet another episode. Like, do we ever not have one where we receive so much good information, so much education regarding our finances? Like I said, throughout the entire episode, we've had his email scrolling below. Please send him a message. Have a conversation. I'm going to have a conversation with my husband. I want to be the guy number 4 or number 5 who made the extra because he didn't pull out, but gave more, bought more stocks at that time. So listen, contact our coach here and stay connected with us. Every Tuesday, we have another amazing topic for you right here on the Army Empire podcast. Bernard, thank you so much.
Welcome. You're welcome. Excited to be here. Spend time with you guys.
Yes. And to all of our viewers that have been watching, thank you for staying on with us throughout the past 30 minutes. We are so thankful for you. And again, don't forget to send us any of your questions, your comments. We're always going to be looking at them here on all the social media platforms. Be greatly blessed, and we will see you next Tuesday. Thank you, Bernard.
Excited. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Army Empire podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Join us next week for another exciting edition, and until then, keep building your empire.